Hi, my name is Eddy. Welcome to my kitchen. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make a ramen noodle from scratch. Let's get started. Alright, to make a ramen noodle, ingredient you need is the flour. Okay, the flour, we recommend if you get the flour, you can use all-purpose flours. Bread flour also working. As long you find your flour packaging, the protein can be above 11. That will be good to making the noodles. All right, and I have here is the bread flour, and you need salt, and this to making ramen noodle you will need a country. Yeah, okay. I know a lot of places you can't get the country, so you can use the baking soda to create your own country. And this is I already made this made from the baking soda. What you need to do is just take your baking soda, then put into in a baking paper, then put in the oven for 200 degrees for about 10 minutes. Then it will become like that. What you need to do is, okay, I have 500 gram flour, and you will need about just need 1% of the country, okay, country powder, and 1% of the salt, okay, and that's all you need. Then the water this time is, I realize, is much balanced to working at home is just use 42%. Okay, if you first time to making the noodles, ramen noodle, you feel that's too hard for you, then you can use water up to 45%, but don't do more than that. Otherwise, your noodle will getting, after you cook it won't be too elastic. It won't be chewy and getting too mushy. The best result, if you want to making, you can just use, remember, 42% of your flour weight. So now what we need to is just use the water, and remember cold water. And this time I used 42%, so it's about 210 to 215. So this time I used 215 grams. Okay, very important is you weigh all your ingredients and make a record until every time you make a record, then end of the day you can every time then you can figure out which measurement is more suitable for you to working on that. And this is my country powder. I will use 1%. 500 grams times 1%, which means just 5 grams of country powder. That's all you need. Okay, very important. You must weigh all your ingredients. Okay, so make a record every single time, especially if you are beginning. So every single time you can figure out, then you can get the record. Then you can find out the best measurements. All right, now all we need just dissolve your country powder and the salt in the water. Okay, now all dissolved. Okay, now we start pouring to our country. Okay, this country water here into our flour. Okay, and make sure must pour in slowly. It's very important. Okay, okay, slow down. Then you just use the chopstick, just gently turning. Okay, rolling like this. Okay, Okay, sorry, I think I forgot this. Put the one towel under to steady. Okay, that's good. Okay, just rolling like that. As you can see, the water is gone. Then we pour in. Okay, keep pouring another one. Now keep working. Okay, to making the noodles. Okay, any kind of noodle, handmade noodle, very important is patience. All right. Okay, good. Then let's carry on. Pouring. The reason we pour in the water slowly is because if you pour in too fast, the water cannot absorb in flour easily. All right, here we go. Let's carry on. That is good. And in this stage, you can see the flour start to become like a little flake. Okay, that is beautiful size. Okay. If you see sometimes a bigger chunk piece, okay, like that, no problem. You can just use the chopstick. Okay, chopstick also still some. What you need to just grab them broken down like that. Okay, that's why I like working with a chopstick. Okay. Okay, I said before, in my kitchen, the best tool first is my hand. Second is chopstick. All right. There you go. Okay, now last water. Let's go all in. Yeah, good. Okay, now let's keep working. Okay, now. Okay, the technique, what I'm doing here is like almost like scissors, working like that. Okay, just as you can see, I'm doing the slow motion like that. The reason the technique like that is just use chopstick to break down the big chunk pieces. Okay, until that, let me show you, until most dry flour is disappear. Okay, then let me show you. Okay, you can see the bottom, most dry flour is gone. Okay, in this stage, then we can just stop there. Okay, you can start working straight away to knead the dough, but the best result is you cover with the lid or cover with the damp cloth to keep moisture, then let it set for about 10 minutes. Okay, let it rest for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, then we come back to knead the dough. We're much easy to working on. All right, now let me cover the lid. Okay, let it rest for about 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, then we come back to knead the dough. Now it's 10 minutes, then let's start to knead our dough. You can see now the dough. Okay, even you can see even more the moisture even more dissolved into the flour. Okay, you can see like that. Okay, ready. Okay, now let's start to knead the dough. Okay, all you need to do just push down. Okay, the technique is push down. Okay, like that. Squeeze up, then push down. Okay, just take up. Okay, you can see like that. And keep push down. Try to use your all body weight. Okay, you push down. Okay, okay, okay. Then, and if you see the container on the edge, on the side, the sunflower, you also can use your dough, just wipe out like that. Okay. Okay, now keep knead dough. Okay, in this stage, we will start create the gluten. Okay, the gluten, you working more on the dough, the gluten will getting more tough. All right, but that is what we looking for. Okay, push down. Okay, bending, push down. Okay. Okay, always like this, left up, then bending, this, then push down. Oh. Okay. Okay, just keep push down until all the flour become the one dough. Okay. Good. Good. Okay, now until all the, as you can see, all your container, all the flour is become the one dough. Okay. After this, then let's clean a little bit. You can just try to knead your dough become one round shape. Okay, and in this stage, you may realize, you see the dough surface like that. It's very rough. Okay, don't worry. Okay, don't worry. Just keep it like that. And because now the dough is very, very tough now because the gluten. Okay, you don't want it against the gluten. Okay, just let that rest. Okay, the second. Now let us rest for second time. Okay, for about half hour. Cover with them clothes, or there is a good way to working on is if you can get like a frozen bag, like a zip bag. Okay, and this zip bag is quite strong. You don't find the cheaper one quite strong. You can always reuse, right? And just keep in the bag like that. Then squeeze out much air. You don't want to keep much air inside. Okay, try to squeeze out air as possible. Okay, like that. Okay, try to squeeze out air possible. Then seal the bag. Now, then let it rest for at least half hour. Okay, after half hour, then we come back to knead the dough. Okay. All right, my ramen dough is the rest about 40 minutes already. So now let's start going to knead our dough. Okay, then keep the bag because we're going to use. Okay, as you can see, it's much smoother. Okay, now let's start to knead our dough. Just use your body weight, push down, then pick up, and turning aside, and push down. Okay, then pick up again, turning, then push down again. All right, just keep walking like this. Okay, just pick up, push down. Okay, also as you can see, the dough is slightly changing the color. Okay, because it's the country. Okay, make the color change. Okay, here we go. Use your body weight, push down like this. Okay, as I always say, if you want to working on a noodle, very important is about the patience. Okay, like now. Okay, I need a dough like this. I just feel I give the dough a CPR. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. You know, I say the cooking is like making a love. So patience is the key. All right, you probably need the dough for 8 to 10 minutes. All right, until now, as you can see, your feel started very smooth. Okay, that is good. Now, all you need to do, just make a nice, big dough. Okay, this is how I normally working. Like this shape, done. Then we will put it into our zip bag, we will call a frozen bag. Then push down. Okay, make a little flat dough like this. Okay, because it's much easy to working on there. Then let's put it back, our bag, something, squeeze out much air as you can, then just seal it up. Okay, okay, good. Then let it rest for the last time, and this time you must let the dough rest at least 3 hours. And better solution is you leave the dough in the fridge, then leave it for overnight, between 6 to 8 hours. And we come back working on the dough. Let's give you best results. All right, here I got the one. The dough is already rest in my fridge for overnight. You can see the dough is much soft, easy to working on there. All right, now the tool this time I'm gonna use is the pasta machine. Okay, and you need to prepare yourself cornstarch. Okay, you need to prepare yourself a cornstarch like this. If you want to know how I make this little tiny tool, you can check my udon noodle video. Okay, I'll show you how to use that. Okay, now this is the pasta machine we're working on there. If you don't have pasta machine, I will recommend you. It was value to invest one because I use this a lot. And if you're like me, a noodle lover. Okay, let me set up my pasta machine. All right, now let's go to our dough. Just give it a little bit cornstarch. You don't want too much. Okay. In this stage, just tiny little bit. That's enough. Okay. This dough for noodle is also quite still hard, even soft already, rest already, but still quite hard. Then pasta machine is not like industrial use, so it won't be strong enough. If you put the whole dough in, it doesn't work. So better working is you must cut into the few portion and make a smaller dough. So now what I'm show you is like that. You just push down, make it thinner first. Okay, like that. Okay, and get the little roll loading out. Okay, now you will feel, now in this stage it's quite hard to rolling into the thinner. Okay, now that's going to cut into the small portion. So in this time, I will cut into 4 portions. Okay, you can cut into the 6. Okay, it's even much easier to work on that. Then will be fine. Okay, here we go. Then cover with the cloth. Make sure you don't want to dry out the dough. Okay, then that's working on that. Now you can see this is still quite thick. Okay, cannot go in. Then let's start rolling out. Okay, make it thinner. Okay, like this. Okay, it's long, thinner enough. Okay, like this. Now let's go into the machine. So always start from the widest first. So my machine is started number 1. Okay, you can check all the different pasta machine. Some start from 0. Okay, my one start from 1. So let me start from 1. And this stage, don't put the cornstarch first. Okay, just like that, because we need the folding. Let me show you. Okay, let's start feeding our dough like that. Okay, wait, all in, and you can see that is the first time like this. Okay, ready? Then I will go and do the make sure guarantee doing the second time. Okay, right. Out. Don't change your machine thickness yet. So far I will folding. Okay, you can see it's not equal. Okay, now let me show you what we need to do is just folding like that. Okay. Then give them a little bit of push down. Now let's go to feed the machine again. Okay, now you will feel a little bit tight because we folding. It's getting thicker, so just gently rolling down. Okay, and you can see it's much. Okay, you can see much same wide already. Let's rolling second time. Okay, good. All right. Okay, this second time we folding. Now third time we folding again. Sorry, this first time and this is second time. Okay, now folding again like this. Just give a little push, make sure the air out. Okay, from middle. You also can use the roller like that. Okay, just help to make sure inside the air bubble will come out. Okay, like this. Now let's go into the machine feeding. Okay, always start slowly because you want the time to let the dough working together. Okay, this is much smoother now. Okay, then going through again. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, you don't want to jumping from 1 to 8, 9 straight away because it's difficult working on the dough. So you want the 1 notch at the time. Okay, so now I change it to 2. Then in this time you can start put a little bit of cornstarch to help in case it won't be stick together. Now let's go down. All right, now this the time, and you can see it's getting thinner. Okay, now my one is number 5. Okay, and I would like go my last. I go to number 6. Okay, here we go. Let's feeding. Go. Okay, right, good. Here we go. Okay, and this thickness is what I'm looking for. All right, given some good cornstarch, then it won't be stick together. Okay, now I'm show you. Let's go to cutting. So for the cutting, I will use the machine. They got the 2 sides. Normally they got the 2 sides. One is for spaghetti, thin one. One is tagliatelle. Okay, sorry about my accent because it's Italian. All right. Okay. All right. Let's touch in. Now change there. Then we use spaghetti. All right, thin one. Okay. This is quite long. Okay, you can cut the longer like that, or you can cut it into the half. Let me show you. Cut it into the half like that. Then it's easy to working. Okay, now let's go to cut. First, this feeding, then start rolling in. Lie down. Okay, cut. Okay, until the end. Then we just grab all our noodle from the bottom. Then keep feeding your cutting. Then you can see beautiful ramen noodle. Okay, then this is the cornstarch. You can just give a little bit, shake a little bit, then it won't be stick together. Look, how beautiful it is. Okay, then you just twist, give a tiny nest. All right, this is how you making the ramen noodles. All right, and for the ramen noodle, what I recommend is you just keep like that, then let it rest at least 2 hours, 2-3 hours before you start cooking. It will give you more texture. Store, if you want to store the noodle, I will recommend you leave it in the container. Okay, what I got here. Normally I have one here. I will recommend that you leave it in container like that. Then cover with the baking paper. Okay, I got one here. Normally I cover it, not the lid. I cover it with the baking paper. Then keep it in fridge. You can leave in the fridge for about 2 days. But if you want to store for longer, I would recommend you cover with the lid, baking paper, then with the lid. Okay, then keep it in freezer. They can keep up to 3 months, no problem. So if you want to cook, they can take out straight from the freezer, then put it in the boiling water. Then ramen noodle, you only need to cook it for about 2 minutes. You don't need to cook it too long time. 2 minutes should be done. So in the next video, I will show you how I preparing the beautiful ramen. Thank you for watching. If you like my video, don't forget click like and subscribe, and don't forget sharing. I see you next time on Eddy's Kitchen.